let's just talk about your personal magnetism before we jump on over to whatever card number you chose. So, first of all, what is it that we're trying to manifest here? Like, clearly, you got a goal, you got a purpose, and it probably encompasses something to do with your level of success and your purpose, your love life, and health, and sprinkled other things. But usually for most people, those are the three big things. And maybe in each area of those, there's something that feels like this is what I've been working for however many freaking years long, seeing some headway, but not maybe where you really want to be. So if you haven't heard of the concept of identity shifting, which I believe is going to be my next workshop in August. So if you are not on my email list, get on there to be notified. It's this idea of, instead of this trying and working towards and trying and dinosaur time of getting to where you want to go, you actually immediately align with that version of you. So let me give an example. And this is really just something I want you to expand the way that we're looking at our own magnetism. It's like, so say we want to be a really successful content creator, whatever. And, this idea of I'm going to identity shift, I'm going to align with the version of me who's a super successful content creator, and kind of envision that and see that. But hold on, what if there's something more to the picture that could actually be more in alignment with this identity shift to help us become more magnetic? What does that even mean? Why a successful content creator is giving, why is any successful content creator successful? It's because they're sharing something valuable. So maybe instead of this broad, I want to be this thing, think of, why is that thing mag-freaking-netic, right? So using this idea of this, and for me, it always comes back to value with almost everything. So this idea of this person who's successful as a content creator is actually magnetic because what they're doing is sharing something valuable. So we want to align with the idea of the most magnetic version of myself is sharing something really valuable. The most magnetic version of myself who's in a fulfilling, committed, playful, passionate, deep, present, grounded, freaking awesome, deep freaking intimacy relationship is seen as something, your partner is seeing you as something highly freaking valuable. You're the valuable thing. So this is just to reflect, okay? I just want you to think about, what are these things that you want, okay? But what actually is making that thing magnetic? Why is that version of you mag-freaking-netic? So just to explore that idea, to do a journal freaking prompt. The other thing I want to share is there are things we can do with our bodies to help us align in this magnetism, to move the energy so what I'm talking about is Sat Kriya. And if you haven't heard of it, if you haven't done it yet, write in the comments, Sat Kriya, SATKRIYA. It's a Kundalini movement that, in a nutshell, is freaking awesome. If you do this 3 minutes a day for 19 days, you're going to see a shift. And I whenever I get back into it, I always notice, why has everyone got a crush on me all of a sudden? But it's you're moving stuck sexual energy through a certain breath and body movement. It's amazing for all your sexual organs, prostate, fertility, like all this stuff. And it's moving up this energy through your body of where you've like been blocked, stuck, sexual, you know. And what is sexuality? Sexuality is creation, freaking life force. It is the thing that it's procreation. It creates. So this is our ability also to manifest and to create the world we want. So if you're interested in throwing in a body movement to help align with this most magnetic aspect of you, comment below, Stop Kriya. I'll send you the video on how to. If you're unfamiliar with me, yo, what's up? I'm Cara Elizabeth, the content creator of Animal Apothecary card deck for manifesting, for healing. I'm also in the midst of creating my second deck, Body Tech, using the inherent wisdom and technology of our bodies to become our greatest self, to empower ourselves, to manifest, to heal. Okay, so if you chose numero uno, let's go. And if not, go to wherever 1, 2, or 3 you chose and I'll meet you there. My numero unos. Okay, let's get into it. So we're going to be connecting a lot to just this concept of our value, to be getting some wisdom for your magnetism. So first, I actually just want to ask your value. Like, what is your value want to share with you? Just like straight up your freaking value. What is the utter valuability of yourself? Just, and you know, like, think of a diamond inside of yourself. Think of something really, really valuable within you. And that's what's going to share the guidance. Okay, now I want to see you honoring your own value, because that's where most of us blow it. We're all really valuable, but like, you seeing your value seems to always be a problem. So maybe even use this reference, like there's this trillions of gold coins and diamonds within yourself, and like it's almost like you have this outside view of yourself, like seeing like, wait a minute, that's in me, like that is the thing. So I want to connect to you honoring the value of you. Like, bend the freaking knee to yourself. Bend the knee to this gift inside, right? And it's not in this like vain way. It's like you were gifted with this gift from the ultimate, and you should be freaking honoring it. Then the value, I want to connect to it. So let's incorporate and extend, meaning the value that you see in yourself, but that you share for others to receive. So now see yourself like maybe sharing all that like light and diamonds and gold with others, like sharing that thing. And then let's just see what our body wants to share with us about this value. And then what our body wants to share with us about then radiating magnetism. Back to these cards. What magnetism, radiating magnetism wants to share. All right. Cool. Awesome. Wow. All right. So your inherent value is like, hell yeah, victory. Like, yes. But here's the thing, is that we see the binoculars, which is this idea of constantly focusing on the thing that we're working towards. So in this case, I almost think it is like the underlying message of this is just like honoring how valuable you are, and like knowing that you are able to do this thing, knowing that you are able to, whatever this thing you're trying to manifest has some kind of freaking powerful value, and that you're meant to share this value, and that victory will happen. Like, this is a part of why you were created. Now, second, is you honoring your own freaking value, which seems to me like it's, do you know about this card? Like, do you know about how a woodpecker knocks its head on a piece of wood up to 10,000 times a day? And for me, that is like, you have done so much work on trying. You have done so much freaking work on trying. You have done so much trying. You have tried to then try more. So there's a lot of trying going on, right? And I want to honor the try, because really, like, we want to just identity shift into the version of us who's already there. But like, that's cool and awesome, and really is like, the ability to identity shift. Again, we'll get more into this in my workshop in August. Sign up for my email list below. It will be virtual and live, and in person, is on this journey of you trying a lot and not just aligning and being. There is some freaking gems in that trying. There is so much learning happening that has actually been preparing you to, like, it's been like expanding your aura to be able to hold this level of success that you want. All that to say, yeah, you've been trying a lot. There's gonna be this moment where you just like finally stop, like, it won't be so much about trying, but for whatever reason, the trying has been important. If you've been trying for 5 years, it's actually was necessary. Like, maybe there's a reason that you couldn't like fully stand in that version of yourself, and all the trying has been like, although maybe slowly, it has been creating massive freaking wisdom for you. Whereas if you aligned with this version, if you identity shifted into that version of yourself, immediately, I'm getting like, it's almost like you couldn't, because there's wisdom in this identity that you are working towards. And without that time of the mistakes of what did work, what kind of worked, what kind of didn't work, what worked for a minute but doesn't work anymore, like, there is so much wisdom that is going to be really powerful in this next journey of yourself. Also, I see you're aligning with your purpose, and that this thing that you would love is a part of your purpose. Okay, you have this gift you're meant to share. There's something that it is a part of you. It is what you've been going towards this whole freaking time. And like, it's okay that it's taken some time, again, because the gift is the wisdom that has come out of this, which I feel like the wisdom creates a long-lasting success as opposed to something like fleeting and momentary. Your value received not just by yourself anymore, but by others. So this says action leads to success. So let me just think about this. We have victory and success. So there's something about this, like, having really prosperous cards. Like, really, these cards are super powerful to get in one reading. Not only is it saying success, but victory. But the action part, okay? The action, which clearly you have been doing. And I think there's this thing with, efforting and action that needs to be married with surrender and allowance to receive. But here, I think I almost think the action, value received by yourself and others. is just doing it. Like, just, so there's a couple things. Just doing it is that identity shift of, yeah, we've spent like years working on it or whatever. And there's this action of just freaking claiming your authority and being it, and just like, you, my friend, my number one, like, you are at the point where what you have learned through these years and even in these last few months is so freaking valuable. It is so valuable. And it's like, you are now ready to fully align with this version of you who's like in the gift and sharing their gift. So one, because there's so much about action, right? Because the woodpecker is like knocking its head on a thing, and then this literally says, you know, action leads to success. So no longer waiting. I'm just gonna give an example. I hold down a freaking full-time job while I'm working on my other deck, while I'm trying to like, you know, do workshops, do readings, do all the things. And I think, you know, I have personally, I remember it was like, oh, once everything pops off fully, then I'll create my YouTube channel. Like, then I'll have the time. Nope. Like, I realize I just have to do it now. I have to just do it. And for whatever reason, and there's someone that like this message might be important for, is that you can fully be working on your purpose while you hold down the freaking full-time job. Like, yo, that's what I've been doing for the last 6 years. Like, I am still in the process of, you know, aligning with the prosperity of fully full-time being myself. But in that, there's like, I'm also have a full-time job. Like, I have a freaking full, that is intense, a really intense full-time job. And I just do it. I just freaking do it. I just do it anyways. And if that even is of relevance to you, or if that's something you would want to maybe hear more about, of like the balance of like going for your dream while having a full-time freaking job. Like, I'm freaking doing it. I just hit 30K on Instagram the other day. Yes, my YouTube channel is fresh and growing and only 2,000 something, and you know, I don't have like views that are popping off fully yet, but like it's just like, I gotta start somewhere. And again, it's like, I was like, oh, I can commit to YouTube once don't have a full-time job. No, do it freaking now. Like, do it. You can figure it out. You can figure it out. So anyways, that's just my little spiel on that. Again, if you want to hear if that seems like a good... Oh, I also want suggestions. Like, you guys are so cool for like being here with me, going for the long form readings. Like, you know, what aspects of you would you want to get a reading from? I'm always trying to think of this. Like, what parts of you do you want to hear more about? Other things like that have to do with manifesting, or creating a card deck, or balancing a full-time job while aligning with your freaking purpose in life. Like, what feels cool to like for you? Anyways, okay. So, then what our body wants to share with us just about our value. And like, this is saying, you are so, that's my whatever, this illuminating the world. Like, you are here to shine, like in a big freaking way. Your body is letting you know that like, you were created as a star. That's it. Like, you're a freaking star. Look at the knocking on the door. Like, yeah, but like, I don't know if any of this has like something to just like remind, like, you know, I know you've tried a lot, okay? But like, don't give up. Like, keep going. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. So this is like, you are here to freak. Also, I'm like, do you not hear that I'm like talking? Okay, anyways. You are here to illuminate the world. And you have been knocking and knocking and knocking. And what you're gonna freaking find through the knocking, even though it's so many knocks and feeling like someone's not answering the door, but maybe now the thing is actually waiting for you out there. Like, I know exactly what's waiting out there for me. So this is like, it's what this thing is too. And after the specific reading, I'm going to answer that door. Again, is this a message for you? And what's going to be on the other side is you illuminating the freaking world. Like, you are a star, you are a star, you are a star, you are a star. I don't know how many more times I'm going to say that, but there is something like, you are here, you are meant to shine. And then what your magnetism wants you to know. You are the freaking abundance. Like, this is about you owning and the self-authority and claiming that you're the abundance. It's not the thing outside of you. It is not getting the thing. You're the value, you're the abundance, but you're in the middle of this breakthrough. Your magnetism is like, there is this thing going on in you. Honestly, it's like, I think for those of you who watch my channel, pardon, I actually think it is just one big fat long transformation. And it's like, I don't know how many rest periods us folks get now that we're leveling up. So there's a breakthrough happening within your consciousness. When we go through breakthroughs, when we're leveling up, we're gonna get hit with things, the old self, the lizard brain, the things that, you know, held us back and kept us in that space. So if you're coming up against some things right now, like, it's just normal. It's just a part of it. Like, you're still going forward. It's fine when you feel blocked. It's fine when those old stories sabotage you. Like, you're still freaking going forward. You're going forward despite those things coming up. You know, things are coming up to teach you things. Things are coming up to detox. Things are coming up to show you where you're blocking your light. Things are coming up to be like, this is like that weird old belief system. Not only that, but there's going to be this new level of like understanding, maybe like a certain level of anxiety that seems to kind of like haunt you for years. You're now starting to realize, wait, that feeling that just was my kind of baseline, I now know is associated to a belief about something, like maybe like a low-key dread of life, or a low-key I'm helpless, my biggest dream isn't true, or a low-key you're ugly, or a low-key you're not good enough, or whatever. But there's some kind of, I think, evolution happening for you where you're getting like a little bit of a cooler aha, deeper insight into kind of some behaviors that have been normal for you for a long time, and you're seeing them in a new way, although still being challenged by them. There's like this deeper understanding, which is a form of that you are healing those things. And just like one last, guys, I'm excited to open the door for you. So this is what I'm going to do when I open the door. I'm going to open the door with my eyes closed and see all of you like as stars illuminating, okay? Like, I want us to manifest this together. Like, I am here for you to freaking align with your heart's freaking desire, for you to empower yourself, for you to evolve consciousness, because it is healing for everyone. You freaking healing is healing me. You freaking using your voice is me using my voice. Like, I'm getting emotional here. Like, I need you to step it up, because that in turn helps me too, and vice freaking versa. So I'm here to see you as your brightest freaking light. I'm here to see you empowered and shining. So I can't wait to open that door and be blasted by your freaking light. And then one last message, Master Manifester. And again, it's the same story of like, on your leveling up, you're going to have to face these old stupid fears, and it's just a part of leveling up. It's just a part of leveling up. It doesn't mean you're going backwards. It doesn't mean that you've even stunted. It actually means that you're going forward and facing these things. You are freaking awesome. I'm about to open the freaking door to see you as a star and aligned with your purpose, and I love you. And sign up for my email list if you're not on it, because you gotta come to the next workshop. Number 2s. Okay. So we're going to be connecting to really different aspects of like your own freaking value, because again, you're magnetic because it's valuable. Like, it has some kind of value, the thing inside of you. You're this gift. So first I want to just connect to your value, just your value. And to get into that, I want you to think of this like diamond or something that is just like, you unearthed it. You've taken so much time to work on these behaviors, to heal, to get to this next level of yourself. Like, you are like mining that freaking diamond in yourself, right? That once it reflects source's light, like it is here to share with the world. So just like see yourself mining that diamond. And I want you to ask your value what it wants to share with you. I don't know why, but I feel like that card too. Okay, now I want you to see like you've unmined, you've like gotten this diamond out, and you're like, oh my God, that's my diamond. Like, you're honoring your own freaking value. Like, you seeing you honoring you. Like, just see like trillions of diamonds inside yourself, gold coins just like busting out of every orifice of your body, like, and diamonds just like blah, like just, but like honor it, like see it, like, oh my God, that is me. All right, now I want to connect to not only the honor, not only you honoring your value, but like sharing this value, this inherent value that you have, and sharing it with others, and others receiving it, and others like being drawn towards it. It's like, you know, the shiny makes them like, what? Like, you know, because whatever your value is, it is some kind of service, whether it's like your motherhood, your loverhood, your, you know, salesmanship hood, your art hood, your whatever hood that you have, it is meant to be shared with others. So that like others also honoring and valuing and seeing like, wow, I like, so see yourself sharing your diamonds and your golden coins, and others like running to it like, oh my God, this is so valuable. What does your body want to share with you about your value? What does magnetism want to say, and your body want to say about magnetism? Okay, let's go. Okay, so the first and the last I'm gonna mix together because it feels like they're in alignment. For the first one was your value want to say. The last cards was, what does your magnetism want to say? And they're mirroring each other. So this was, what does your value want to say? What does your magnetism want to say? I'm just going to put the cards together that align with each other. So we have it's in you and quantum jump. This is all, your value is like, I mean, look at, he doesn't freaking, it's like, he has Emerald City growing out of him. He has Emerald City in his freaking heart. He has Emerald City in his third eye shining out. Like, he didn't just, I mean, this whole thing about like, I gotta get courage and I go on this crazy journey, you know, the Cowardly Lion from Wizard of Oz. You know, I'm always wondering, there's going to be a point where like people don't know that reference. Like, there's going to be a point where like, I mean, I don't know, are we showing 5-year-olds The Wizard of Oz? Like, are they going to know these references? Anyways, is this like going to date me? So, this is this idea, like, yeah, he always had he went on that freaking journey and had courage on that terrifying path. And like, once he demonstrated that he had that courage within in him, he got the badge of honor from Emerald City. But screw just that. Like, screw just like, oh, I have the courage and now I'm going to see it reflected back at me in the 3D world by like some stupid badge of honor. He has Emerald freaking City in him. He is the freaking Emerald. So this is like, it's in you, man. And then we have quantum freaking jump, which is the identity shift. Again, if you are not on my email list, link below, sign freaking up, because we are going to be my next workshop in August, virtual and in person, identity shifting now. But this is like, you have to align, and you can do this through lots of different techniques. You can do this by thinking about it or whatever, but it's like, that you are being asked, like, claim who you are. It doesn't matter that you're not seeing it on the outside. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even freaking matter that you have some disbeliefs hanging out, and clearly you do. Like, it doesn't matter. You're allowed to have a crappy day. You're allowed to, you know, not believe in yourself sometimes. You're allowed to feel sorry for yourself. It is such a ridiculous joke, this idea. No, I mean, maybe like, I'm just like, maybe some people are so evolved, they can like stay on some like, I don't know. I don't even think that's normal. Like, or it's not normal. Like, if we're talking about what's normal, it's not normal to like be on some like awesome high vibe frequency all the time. Maybe it will be in the future, but I just think there's this allowance of like, you are allowed, like, honestly, the things that are kind of like coming up and having those challenges or those blocks or those disbeliefs are just there to show you the other side of the freaking coin, because you can't have one thing without the other. You can't have hot without cold. You can't have power without disempowerment. You can't have like safety without fear. So like, it's a part of like the realm of humanity to know the spectrum of emotions. But that being said, consistently reminding yourself, I am this freaking version. I am this identity who is their most like XYZ. Whatever the thing is that you are thinking of during this reading that you want to align to, like, you are that mother lover. Like, you freaking are them. And it's not about trying, okay? Because you will continue to try. It is about your message right here and right now is like, you are them now. Own it. Shut up and own it. It doesn't matter that you don't see it on the outside. You already are it. Like, you're it. And how exciting that you have so many cool things to look forward to now that you're freaking it. But you're going to get the chicken, all right? And you're going to get the block, which then leads me to be like the cock block, okay? Again, exactly what I said. This is a part of your journey of progression and evolution, is just to kind of keep coming up against your stories. This is like the answer is in the block is because there is no freaking block. You created the illusion of the block so you could uncreate the illusion of the block. That's all it is. I don't even want to repeat that. Like, it's just this, yet again, another demonstration of how freaking powerful you are. Like, oh, I got that belief, I'm creating that reality, and like I'm having that feeling about it. It's because you're creating it, and it's okay. I'm here to say it's okay. And it's actually what our realities are for those of us here, is that those disbeliefs and those blocks are only freaking empowering us, because that's what I'm here for. If I'm creating my own reality, I better give a really awesome meaning to that thing. Oh, this thing I'm going through that I'm perceiving as a block that I can't seem to shift out of only means that I'm going to be led to some like deeper level of confidence soon. I'm just understanding the flip side of the coin, because that means I get to understand the exact opposite of that thing. So give it a freaking awesome reason. You honoring your value, like, yeah, you guys got like the like punch in the face one, like claim your freaking power. This is not about power over others. This is not about this is about power over your thoughts, and it's hell. It is the hardest. I mean, that's my... See, I'm creating my own reality, that it's like, I've found it is the biggest challenge, the biggest, like, and I'm going to try to create this in a way with the words that I will work through and I'm evolving. But this is like having freaking sovereignty and mastery over your thoughts and emotions is one of the most, I mean, I don't know what else. Like, if you can get to a sliver of mastery over that, like, you are in a high freaking evolved state on this land of humanity. We are so affected by everything happening right now. So this is asking you, yeah, man, yours is about the identity shift, like, and like really just owning this, and like keep reminding yourself, like, no, I am that thing. Claim your freaking power. That is mine. That is what I'm doing. It's okay that this stuff is coming up, because clearly what I just said, I didn't even look at this card really yet to think about, yet it might have influenced me subconsciously, but it feels like what I was saying, that like the poison or whatever BS you're kind of dealing with is the only way to get to the victory. That the medicine is in the poison. That like it maybe goes beyond just like choosing to give it that meaning, but that like is the meaning. Like, you're going through this because you're going to overcome it. You're going through this because there's some kind of like reason this is here to get you to that goal. Even if it feels like far freaking left field here, my friends, for whatever reason, there's some kind of wisdom being gained in that situation that is going to have a ripple effect on that next, on that big freaking dream you have. Glorify your power. I mean, what the hell is going on here with this? This is like my number twos, like, you're in your power phase. What does this mean? I'm just gonna, I'm not looking. Okay. We'll talk about this in a second. No, we'll talk about this first. Like, see beyond the past. Like, this is malarkey. Like, this is the illusion. Like, you are this amazing, beautiful black swan. If you don't know, another like outdated story about the ugly duckling who was a baby, you know, and swans, the swan who was hanging out with all these ducks as a little kid, and they have long gangly necks. They're kind of like gray, and like all the ducks made fun of him because he don't look like a duck. But then he became like this epic creature who's like really beautiful and like awed and oohed at by humanity, and not just any old swan, but like a unique black swan. But look at him in the mirror of his reflection, and he's like, oh, this is not good enough, child self. Like, there is something you need to like stop, like own, like you are this amazing thing. And glorify your power comes when it is like you're entering into, there's this card, and like if you have my deck, if you ever get Eagle, because it's like this card is also very inspired by Eagle. This is, and let's just talk about the opal for a second. See, she's like filled with opals. She's like dancing with opal. Opal's behind her. Opal has, certain opals have like the universe inside of them. Like their colors, it's like profound. They're magnetic. They're like, and I mean, they're magnetic to look at. Like, oh my God, you know, there's like this just like look up on Google, like universe in opal. I guarantee you there will be pictures of opals with like, it looks like the universe is in them. Their colors are so brilliant because there's this thing called constructive interference. I think that's what it's called. Forgive me if I'm forgetting. Also, like today, I feel so out of it. Like everything, I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah, constructive interference. And it's where two or multiple of the same color waves come together to amplify the one singular, like they amplify its own color by, so say like I had a trampoline with one blue color wave and it's like I can go this high, and then another blue color waves and jumps on the trampoline and then they go even higher, and then a third color wave of blue comes and they go even higher. So it's this like amplification, right? So this is saying that like your thoughts, your feelings, your actions are going to be amplified. This is super important then, that you're glorifying, meaning giving the highest kind of potency to your thoughts, to your feelings. And I think what you're wanting to know, it's like, cool, it's fine. This is what you've been going through, some stuff, but there's actually a reason why you've had to like face and reveal these things and kind of feel these things, that there's something that is important on this next level for you in manifesting, that like you have to just like go through these things. And some of them feel like things that have been a cycle and you've been feeling them for like, you're so done. You're so freaking done. But I think you're entering into a more powerful version of yourself. So this is where it gets really important that you're really being huge B outside of my window just came, which is about your purpose and your gifts that you're meant to share with humanity and your power in that like this is a part, I think that's a part of your power too. Not even just this power of your thoughts, but I think there is a power in this thing that you are here to share. It is power. It is actually power. The thing that you want to do, the thing that you want to share has some kind of energy that is so powerful, and it's a part of your purpose. So I'll leave it at that, since B came to visit us. And I mean, where I'll really leave it is one more card. That one or that one. We're doing both. Okay, prayer answered and master manifester. So act like your prayer is freaking answered. All these are so in alignment with this idea of like identity shifting, act as if now, quantum jumping into that version of you, like be that person now. You are her, you are him, you are them, you are it, like you're it. No more feeling sorry for yourself. But if you do, apparently it's okay. But like, it is, again, with these, this is saying there's something normal, master manifester, but this is about there's something normal on the process of leveling up and manifesting these things where you have to face any disbeliefs and any thoughts about yourself that you've been carrying around for like 15 or 35 years that want to be like, no, but that's too good to be true. But wait, you're not good enough. But wait. So anyways, that's it. You are so powerful, but like your biggest thing, like, and if you got this, you got to come to my Identity Shift Now workshop, August if you're not, I don't have any information out yet, but I just know that that's happening. I think it's August 17th. But so just sign up for my email list and more to come on that. I love you, number twos. You are so powerful. You are it now. Like, just own it. Just own it. And it's okay if it's hard to. Oh, one last thing, number twos. I just want to say, like, I would love, like, one, I'm just honored and grateful that you're supporting and staying on these, like, you know, because my readings and stuff were always short form and now we're going to like YouTube long form. What would you like to hear from aspects from? Like, do you love the pick a cards with like from this aspect of you? Like, what aspect of you? Are there other kind of readings? Like, what do you want to, is there information you want to like hear about? Like, just help inspire me, because like we're in this together. We're building each other up together. So I love you, and let me know. Number threes. Okay, let's get into it. So we want to, this reading is really connecting to, right, we spoke about in the beginning that what really makes you magnetic is that you're valuable. So we're connecting to the value, different aspects of your own value to get this reading. So first, just flat out your value. What does your value want to share with you? And I want you to think about, like, give it a visual. Like, there's this unmining this diamond within you that then is like, can come when you bring it out into the light of day, which is like source's light, God's light, great mysteries light, whatever. Like, it's just shining and radiating because you brought out the thing that you were created with. And like now you're like letting life co-create by putting light on it, and then you're reflecting rainbows everywhere. So if that's the visual, or if you got a better one, do it. So just see this like powerful like diamond or something, whatever feels valuable within you, and ask this value. Any love and wisdom. Now I want you to see you like seeing this value in yourself. Like, oh my God, I get that gift. Like, oh my God, I get that diamond in myself. Like, I get that. Like, really you seeing and honoring your own value, because that's the ticket. So now let's move that not to just you honoring your value, but now you're sharing your value, and your value is being received, and people are magnetically drawn to like partake in this value that you share. So just like shine that. Okay. I had to see it too. What does your body want to share with you about this? And then let's ask magnetism. What magnetism wants to share through the animals? What magnetism wants to share through your body? All right, let's see what we got. Okay, clearly you got a lot of fear. And there's some like stalking illusions about, there's just like hijacking happening that are like skewing you from seeing how valuable you are. But I just want to get a little bit more. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. So for the first one, which was what your value wants you to know, I pulled out 2 cards extra to get some just like a story going on. All right. The good thing to know is you are freaking on your destiny path. Like, here are the 3 cards. So we'll get to your destiny path in a minute, but immense growth and transformation. We have Phoenix and Vulture. There is something about you are going through such a profound change. I feel like there's so much healing in you. Like, I just feel like this is coming down to a belief system. Oh my God. Like, I think like we didn't realize this kind of what this level of healing is like happening for you. That there, oh my God, it's like, and maybe I'm getting choked up because I never thought of it this way, that like, okay, imagine like your gut has like parasites, right? And we think of it like healing to like flush those things out. I mean, there's some parasites that are good, but like, let's just think of like what the things in us that aren't good, and we're like working through them and getting through them and like getting rid of them. I almost think you're going through a healing of how you see yourself, a healing of how you've been. I mean, I think there's been like so much fear. I think there's been so much just like not valuing yourself. I think there is, and that is what is healing right now. Like, and this is like, please be patient, because Vulture always says there's some level of suffering coming to an end. There is some kind of death of something happening for you right now. And, you know, that Vultures comes on the scene when something is about to die. There's also like, we also have almost there. There is something that is talking about an ending of a cycle for you. Okay. And then we have transformation, Phoenix coming out of the fire, like going through like years of just kind of identifying maybe as this like little human, when in fact they're this creature. See, he's not even out of the fire yet. Almost there, right? We have almost there over here, but like he's almost out of this fire. And so there's some kind of liberation in your self-expression and your authenticity of your true self. Like what, and like the hell that you have had to endure. And I don't even necessarily, for some of you, it will be clear that it's your traumas, but it's almost just the sick, toxic kind of ways that even our parents doing the best job, our school teachers doing the best job, you know, commercials that didn't realize they were really screwing, you know, I don't even think that a lot of things had like some evil, sick intention. It was just like our normality of familia and religion and cultures and things that were, you know, no longer like keeping us in a belief system about ourselves of like small and not good enough. And I think there is something that is like, you know, it is taking time to deprogram this thing. And it is, I mean, it's like your evolution right now and your growth is healing so much garbage from past versions of you, past influences of those versions of you. Like there is just so much kind of the history of humanity that has tagged along with you, that you're responsible for either aligning with that same kind of idea of your potential, or or going further and being brave and seeing how far you can freaking go in aligning with your highest potential. Your reading has got me freaking emotional. Like, there is something in you that just is longing and it has had to face like this onslaught of programming that you fell for and endured and believed. And there's something that is like, I don't know, there's just something really big healing. And this whole thing has been a part of your destiny path, and you have the ability to transmute it. And whatever hell you have gone through, whatever, just like, no matter how, you know, even just feeling not good enough is hell. It doesn't need to be like, I was gang raped, which is hell. But like, this is what I'm saying. It's like not a competition of like sufferings. Like, even just that like baseline of I'm not good enough is freaking hell. Okay. So it's like, there's these things that you have endured in this life, and for some of you have been profound freaking traumas within the weird structure of reality, meaning like the things that teach us we're not good enough, you're small. And then there's others that have had just the weird kind of traumatic experience of being just alive. So whatever. It is like, you have this, it was always a part of your destiny path to know those things. And you have this ability to transmute it. And you have this ability to turn it into its highest potential. 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 Does low self-worth, what is low self-worth? Highest freaking potential. It is feeling complete worthiness. It is self-authority. It is self-confidence. Like, whatever the thing is for you, you have this ability to create this justice in aligning with the exact opposite of that thing that doesn't feel good enough. And the B's, you have some kind of gift that you're meant to share with humanity, and it is like life is on your side, helping you from above, below, from your right to your left. Like, there is a protection around you, even in those moments you didn't think there was protection. Like, it was just some weird part of this thing to get to this highest potential of yourself. You honoring your value. So what the cards are that we pulled for you, really seeing you, is like, this is like a wake up. Like, claim your freaking power. Claim, like, it's just time to start mastering your thoughts. It's time to know that every time you are in that low vibration, I don't care, you're triggered, you're feeling it, whatever, there's got to be at least one part of you that says, well, I'm hijacked by the lie. Fine, you're hijacked. At least tell yourself you're hijacked by the lie. At least have some logical part of you come out to be like, well, it sucks and it feels crappy because I'm aligned with the lie. Because if you were aligned with truth, it would either have like no kind of it either wouldn't be like, it would either feel open or just not so like one way or the other. It's just like a kind of calm, like, oh, this is what it is. So claim your power is about having this power over your thoughts. That's all it is. Mastery, and I think it was the deck before that, or number 2's also got this, I think, for in the same exact position, which is interesting. So you really, like, you honoring your value is you having this mastery over your thoughts. which is, I would say, mastery over your thoughts and emotions is like a samurai master level kind of thing. It's like, it's giving evolved consciousness. Most of us, including myself, like, everything is kind of a trigger. So, and I can look at myself of how much I've grown, and specifically the last 6 years, and how much I don't get like how I used to get. And it's a million freaking times better, but I can now, at this wiser aspect of myself, still see how, like, yeah, that thing still bothers me. Like, what's going on there? So really having a understanding that when you don't feel good enough, at least having the power in you to remind yourself that something is not aligning with my truth. And that's fine. I'm going to vibrate in this lie. I'm going to allow it, because when we allow it, it weirdly kind of goes through quicker. It's not like we're allowing some horrible thing. It's like, this emotion is coming up. This block is this blork is coming up for whatever reason. It's revealing something. All right, I guess I gotta feel that. But remembering, and I think this is even like, change the story about it. Like, okay, this is coming up because it needs to be loved, or it wants to reveal where I have a disbelief, or this is coming up because it's detoxing. This is coming up because it's showing me I have some resistance. Like, which all of those things are actually pretty truthful, honest assessments of what happens when we're triggered, or when we feel resistance or have a block. There's just something, sharing information to help us on our evolution, and we either get hijacked and believe the story it's telling us, or we can start to kind of like intelligently understand that there's a story coming up that needs some kind of like probably some love and compassion. Okay, your value received by not only yourself but others. So this is the version of you who's in honor of their own value and ready to share their value with others. And there's one, you're almost there. And this kind of reminds me, I think, of the number ones. There's something about, specifically with this card, about you. Okay, I think your thing that you want is so beautiful. God, why are you guys making me? I'm not blaming you. It's just, I think there is something so beautiful in this dream that you have, that the years it's taken you is because you've been being prepared, because there's some kind of wisdom and maturity needed for this. There's something about a maturity leveling up that's happening, I think, for you right now with this growth, with this healing thing that you've been going through is like, I think for some of you, like, there's been this long phase, like, you didn't even realize you were healing. Like, oh, I healed from that trauma and now I'm doing my thing and working through these things. Like, I think you've been healing so much that it just was normal. Like, you didn't even realize you've been healing. Like, some of you may have realized, but some of you know. So anyways, you've been wisdoming up. Like, you've been getting so much wisdom that is actually able to hold this big dream. That for most of us human folk, wisdom is gained through experience, and experience is something that is in the realm of time. So through this kind of experiences throughout the last few years, there is a maturity that is blossoming within you, a wisdom that can not only hold that level of what you want, but can keep it. Okay, that's cool. And then who also came out with this was good old Turkey, all about gratitude. So magnetism through gratitude. I just realized it says magnetism. I love that. Like, duh, I made the card. So your value that's received by yourself and others is saying that your magnetism bringing in is you getting really obsessed with what you're grateful for. But I wonder if this is a self-gratitude, like a self-honoring, like a self, like you kind of being like, damn, like I have done all that, like I have, and like a self-talk, like maybe for the next couple weeks, every day, just kind of being like, wow, you did that, you accomplished that, you got through today. Like as silly as whatever that 9-to-5 job is, like you got through it, like whoa. Yeah, there's some, and I don't want to limit it to just gratitude for yourself and gratitude. I like gratitude for everything, but I think there is some, I don't know, like I just feel like you gotta see how freaking awesome you are and start owning it. Like start being grateful for it. Like gratitude. Okay, your body. And was this. And then this is just like a whole story that goes together. And then we have what magnetism wants you to know. So what your body wants you to know about your value and what magnetism wants you to know. So do not be afraid. There's nothing to fear. And then that's what your body wants you to know about your value. And then what magnetism wants you to know is that it's actually safe to trust. You can open your eyes. You have the freaking diamond. Like life is like, yo, hello, here it is. If you just opened your eyes, because you might be hijacked by the illusion with the only scary thing is not around you that you're protecting yourself from with the harpoon. It's the stupid shark fear in your head. But like in reality, there's nothing to freaking fear. So I love that it's all aligned. Like you are safe. It is safe to trust. Life is like, here, you did it. Own it. Like you're like we got your diamonds here. Like you're the freaking gift. Like it's here. If you could just open your stupid eyes up to see, because you're so scared of some illusion story that isn't real, and that there's nothing there and there's nothing to fear. So yeah, like it's here. It's here. You freaking earned it. You deserve, you earned, it's in you, it's a part of you, it's what you've been, it's bestowed upon you from the creator because it created you with this. But now it's time to like bring it out so it can shine. And just one last message for number 3s. Oh yeah, of course. Evolve into your complexity, which is just another extension of what I said earlier, the evolution of like your aura has been growing and you've been expanding in all these different directions to hold the level of what you want, that wisdom. Like, it's just, you've been in preparation, you've been expanding, you've been evolving to align with this version of you who has the freaking thing. Like, it's done. You have it. One more. Service. Like, your thing that you're meant to share is not only seeing eye dog. It's not only uplifting and bringing other people into some kind of light. It's like your medicine. It's your medicine. It's your medicine to serve this thing you want to do. All right. Listen, I would love for you to share with me, you know, like, I'm working on this YouTube channel, I'm growing it, I'm into co-collaboration in the realm of, like, what do you want to get a reading from? Like, I love readings from aspects of ourselves. Like, do you love pick a card? Do you love one just like super long one? Do you love, like, if it's who is, you know, I'll be like, this reading is from your most empowered self, from your scared self, from this self, from the consciousness of whatever. Like, I'm just like, who do you want to get a reading from? What part of you do you want to hear from? Also, what else are there tips and techniques you want to hear about? Because, like, I mean, everything in here is stuff that I've practiced and learned. So, do you want more body work stuff? That could be cool. Like, you know, to do a body tech session for self-worth or for value, like something not like challenges of like this body movement, like that you can incorporate every day or whatever. Just like share with me, because like I am here with you together and we're doing this together and uplifting each other together. So I would love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Okay, I love you so much. World peace.